Hey, Miss I Am here. I am strong. I am worthy. I am bold. I am confident. I am courageous. I am chosen. I am divinely protected. And so are you if you know. I hope all is well. I hope you protect your energy. I hope you're protecting your peace. I hope you vibrate and high on your path and journey here. So I wanted to come on with a quick message. Um, um, when I was carrying low vibrational energy, I was such I'm such a giving person. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a giving person. When I was carrying I'm still a giving person. I'm a different person in that giving energy. But anyway, when I was like carrying low vibrational energy, and I was really like unhealed and just not where I needed to be. I was such a giver. I would give so much to people. I didn't realize like how much that I would give to others and not like really um pour into myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would just want to just always want to help and do so much for others and be and just always want to make things, you know, so much better for others, and I can't believe I was, doing all that. It was just like way too much. Like I was just pouring so much into others and, making myself, sometimes when you pour into somebody, you make yourself look crazy. You make yourself look crazy because you have so much, you want to do so much for this person. This person love you so much. They may not love you the way that you love them. They got potential. They may not feel like they got that potential that you know that they got. You know what I mean? Shit like that where it's just I was just pouring so much into people. You know, pouring into people so much to where now that I look back, I was making a lot of issues that didn't have to be a lot of people's problems that didn't have to be my problem simply because I wanted to help so much. That's how much of a giver that I was. I was making other people's issues my issues when they didn't have to be. Like, um, a person will come up with a conversation, a situation, and I would be the one that always want to help. And I would never like sit back and ask myself, why is this person in this situation to begin with? Like, you know what I mean? It was just, I always wanted to run and, jump and always lend that helping hand. And always, just want to be that, just, I guess you would call it a hero. Just want to rescue a motherfucker. Like, I just want to make things right for people, And in the process of that, you know, some people, very few people might have, be okay with me, wanting to help them. But for the most part, some people took advantage of that, you know, um, knew that I always wanted to help. Just some people will come up with situations, especially if it like involved the money, as to where they needed a couple dollars, and me being the type of person that I would give it to them where there was no situation. But because I came off with that Pacific energy that of always wanting to help and always wanting to fix things, I kind of set myself up for for me to attract that type of energy because of how I came off, this loving, caring person who always wanted to help. I'm not in that energy now, but I was just, just reflecting, and I was just like, I kind of, like I said, attracting those energies from putting that energy out. So, if I had a little, just would have thought about some of those situations where, okay, well, especially if a person had a habit of it, like, it's a pattern. Like, damn, you always losing you always losing your gas fare or your or bus fare or your food stamp card or your bank card. Like, damn, you always seem to can't. You know what I mean? And then, a motherfucker like me would be that target. Like, oh, I know I could call such and such, as I know they'll give it to me because, oh, he'll do it or she'll do it because the type of heart, that you carry, and I was one of those type of people that, was put in those situations where, some of those situations I put myself in because, like I said, I just simply could have mind my business in those situations as well. But, just so giving and, so you got to be careful on that was the unhealed version of me. But if there's anybody, that has that giving, loving, caring heart, just be careful, because even with you, even with you healing your heart, you can still kind of give too much. You got to know when to back off. But yeah, but like, yeah, I was just reflecting like, damn, were situations where people didn't even, they just knew I would, just do it. It was just like, wow, and I'm quite sure they had other people in their energy, like, like, damn, did that really just, but I mean, if it's all going to help everybody, then, I mean, who's going to say something, right? If it's all beneficial at the end, then ain't nobody going to say nothing as long as we can keep getting, then, why say anything, but, yeah, I was just giving just so much, and this wasn't just like in relationships. This was with family. This was with friends. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, and sometimes the closest people to you be the main ones that'll take advantage of you. So, along with family, a lot of people want to believe just because people are family that they won't, be the first ones. But, yeah, it was just like in all of those areas. So I can't say that, oh, in this area I got taken advantage of, because no, it was in all areas where people, as far as that situation where I always just wanted to, help, and people, people took advantage of that. Like I said, there might have been very few who genuinely needed to help and appreciate it. But for the most part, people, before I chose me, that's what I was, and not realizing that I was carrying that specific energy, rejecting that specific energy for it to be drawn back in, and, not thinking clearly in my situations as well when these people were coming to me. Cause and effect, like basic shit, like damn, but it's just, it's just crazy how, you can go back and, reflect on certain things. But yeah, that's just the type of, loving. And now that I healed that part of me, like I don't change who I am because of what I've been through. Like, I'm still a loving, caring person. I just don't carry that energy. You will not take advantage of me in that area. I know when to just give and just pull back. And you know what I mean? I had to learn that, and still in that process, because I was still even with the healing process and me going into, a different path, and, I still had to keep that going, because I was doing something for so long, so it's like when you're doing something for so long, you're so used to, just naturally doing that. So that was, a little rough for me to, just be, especially when you went ahead and motherfucker out there crying. They know you're going to help, and I had to just walk past it like, you know what I mean? But hey, I had to do what was, what was best for me, even though there was times where I really wanted to help, but I had to, remember that, all the lessons that, and then, some of these lessons that I learned, I could have avoided from, just simply minding my business and not getting involved. Oh, you owe that person a couple dollars, or let me go take care of this, do this job for you, and then you could, we'll work something out later. Like, just being, just wanting to help out too much, and that was my problem. Like, and I had to learn to through that as well, had to learn to receive, because I was giving so much. I was giving so much of, I had to learn to, because I was such a giver, so when I actually received something, I received it, but at the same time, I didn't know how to accept it because I was such the giver. So I didn't know I had to learn to receive. And with learning to receive, not, feeling good, but I still needed that as well, because a part of me didn't like asking for help. So receiving and asking, that kind of went in play, because I had to, learn to receive. So by asking the help, I had to receive the help. So that was kind of two things I had to kind of help me knock out, two birds with one stone in that area as far as healing, learning to ask for the help and then receiving the help, and not feeling bad about receiving the help. It's okay, because we all need help sometimes. None of us are perfect. This is all part of the journey to become the better version of yourself. So, I had to learn that. That was very hard for me, because I was such a giver. I was, bamboozling myself. I know most people wouldn't admit that. Some people are okay with being used than rather being alone, and that's how they feel. Me personally, I'd rather be alone than to be used in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? It's one thing being used and you don't know about it. That's different. But to know that you're being used and to still, that ain't, that's not, you got to do something about that, unless you're okay with being used, So, I was I was just such a giver, and I had to take accountability. And, so sometimes when you sit back and you wonder why all these things happen to you, why people treat me so wrong? It seemed like people just took advantage. It's like, damn, or that certain situation where I could have minded my business, I kind of said something and then maybe, you know what I mean? So it's like me have to you know, take that accountability as well and seeing my mistake in it, so what I can do the next time I come across this situation. So, you know, that's just what, you know, what I had to learn from that. But, you know, when you're such a giver, you're such a, you know, a lot of people just kind of take your kindness for weakness, you know. You just got to be careful with that. And, you know, with that, and even if you're an empath, you know, picking up on people's, you know, feelings, and, you know, that can be rough as well, because I was feeling some of that when I was a child, and I was like overwhelmed, but that's something different. I'm gonna get into that. I'll get into that. You know, the different video, that experience I had with that overwhelming energy, you know, feeling these different energies that I was feeling and not knowing what they were. But yeah, I was such the giver, you know, I was such the giver, but it feels good to receive. It always feels good to give. That's why you give, you know, I'm always the giver, you know. But it felt good to receive, to learn how to receive, and to get that, you know, and, you know, being okay with in my energy with receiving, and feeling good about receiving, and feeling good about that. Like, yes, you know, this feels good, because, like, you know, because you deserve what you're supposed to get, and you're supposed to receive. And you can't receive, then how you gonna get what you deserve? You can't receive. So that's something I had to learn the hard way as well. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing to receive when you're such a giver in your energy. You know, in any way, shape, or form. Even when I was a kid, I would give, you know, I was just the giver. You know, I always shared my snacks. I always, you know what I mean? I was always the giver, you know. Where most people around me was the taker. So do you see how that energy can, you know, you see how that can go into play? But, you know, lesson learned, you know, it's all a lesson, you know. Lesson learned. I had to learn to be selfish. Okay, I had to learn, you know, always did things for myself and make sure myself, but to actually pour into myself and just, you know, I had to learn just all on me. And it's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling when you all on it, you know, used to being all on, you know, pouring everything out into other people, and, you know, to pour into yourself and not feel bad about it. And it's just a beautiful feeling, because you know, you deep down inside that you deserve that, and you always have been. You've just been selling yourself short. Miss I Am here. I am strong, I am bold, I am worthy, I am confident, I am courageous, I am chosen, I am divinely protected. And so are you if you know, okay? So keep vibrating high, keep protecting your energy, keep protecting your peace, keep doing what's best for you and your family. If anything resonated in any way, shape, or form, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what's going on. Keep vibrating high and keep doing what's best for you. All right, now.